Hello everybody, here a new video from Renee from Spain. Als ik zijn food here. Oh nee, just had my meal. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, this is a new video and this is my second Black Friday November 2019 video. The first one I did it in Spanish because I was talking a little bit about the shops. They were offering special discounts. Especially on DVDs and Blu-rays. That's why I made the video in Spanish, because it was more for the Spanish people to be able to know where to go, and find the offers. But this is the video. This is more for because yesterday I went to a couple of shops, El Corte Inglés and Fnac. Those are two shops. You have them all around Spain. And there I bought some music too. Because in the other video you could only see movies. But now also I like to show, beside movies, I want to show vinyl and CD. And I'm going to start showing this one. It was a 3 for 2. So you bought 3 records or CDs. You could mix it. No matter if it was a music DVD or a CD or vinyl, you could mix them, and you only had to pay 2. So you bought 3 and you paid 2. So I bought the new one, the comeback album by this incredible band. I mean, Sacred Reich is a classic thrash metal band, of course, that you all guys know for sure. And this, I really liked this when this came out a couple months ago, and I remember listening to it on YouTube. All the album was on there. I think Metal Blades put the album on there for everybody to hear it, and I really like the 8 songs on it, because it's only got 8 songs, but it's just more than enough for it to be a good album. You don't need 12 songs, or I prefer 8 good songs than 12 and maybe 4 not so good songs. I want to show you guys, before I came out, the Metal Blade records. See Metal Blade, beautiful covers they're using nowadays. The lyric sheet. This is classic Sacred Reich, thrash metal. I really enjoy the songs. Some people didn't really care about this album so much, but I really, really enjoy the songs. Look, this is a big poster of the cover art. And here we have a poster of the back. You see, this is the back of the vinyl. This is the incredible cover art. This is an album I will play very much still till the end of the year. And this will be for sure on my top 10 or top 15 list. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. If it's going to be a top 10 or a top 15, I'm not sure yet. Okay, I'll put this to one side. One album that I was really, really surprised about. I mean, I hear a couple of songs of this record. This is a new release. Everything I'm going to show are 2019 releases. But this one, I'm really surprised how good it is. And it is not an acoustic album at all, like the cover art may make you believe it. It's not an acoustic album. It has maybe the first song, Rocking Chair. It has some acoustic parts in it, and maybe one more track. But the rest is heavy, really traditional, heavy rock, heavy metal. Especially I like the song done by this is actually written by Phil Campbell. Of course we know him from Motorhead, and Dee Snider from Twisted Sister. This Old Boots. Check that song, This Old Boots. It's great. Then you have also a great song with the vocalist of Ugly Kid Joe on it, Whitfield Crane. Also, the sons of Phil are playing on this album in some songs. Also, Matt Sorum plays the drums, for example. Hugh Satriani plays an instrumental part, on one of the on the only instrumental song. Alice Cooper, of course, is on here. Rob Halford is on here. This is just a must-have album. It's just check it out on YouTube first if you don't believe me. But this is one of the best albums released this year. I'm so incredibly surprised about it. You know, I thought I'm going to buy it because, you know, I always like this guy and I'm going to buy it. And I heard some songs on YouTube before, but it's just so good. Okay, then I bought the new Slayer live album. This is Live Repentless Kilogy. And this is part of the soundtrack. This is actually the soundtrack to the movie they did. I also bought that. You see the movie. And this is a short movie of 40 or 50 minutes movie. And then you also have some, as a bonus, you have some concert stuff on here. And some video clips are on here too. But it's really like a movie. It's a little bit what, I didn't see it yet. But, you know, maybe what Metallica did something similar. And this is the Digipack version. And this sounds really, really good. I always have been a big fan of Decades of Aggression. But this sounds as good as that album. You know, that live album from the early 90s. But this is really, really good. The setlist, I like it a lot. Because you have some like newer tracks. Or 90s and 2000 tracks like Disciple. Or Bloodline. Or Repentless, of course. It's a great song. Or When the Stillness Comes. It's also a great song. And then, of course, you have classics like War Assemble. The Antichrist. That really sounds amazing on this one. Gary Holt from Exodus, of course, is on this live album. South of Heaven, Hell Awaits, Raining Blood, Chemical Warfare. You know, those are my favorite tracks by Slayer. Angel of Death, of course, is super classic. Postmortem, it's also very cool. Just very quality live release. This is not done like a kind of a bootleg, like an official bootleg. No, this is as good as Decades of Aggression. You know, that I bought back in the early 90s. I think in 91, I think it came out. Okay. Then I also bought the new Pretty Maids. I mean, check the song Serpentine on YouTube. I love Pretty Maids. But I didn't buy the one before this one. But when I heard the song Serpentine, I thought, okay, I have to get back into Pretty Maids because I have everything by them. I have to get back into them and buy the new album, and because I love that song so much, especially the chorus. You know it's so good. It's just all this album is good. There's many good songs on it. You know, really, really a good album. I hope so. Atkins, you know, is gonna get better soon. You know, he's the vocalist because he has cancer, like throat cancer or something horrible. Anyway, this is something I was not gonna buy. I like this band a lot, Bonfire, but I don't buy everything they release. And I already have like 2 or 3 live albums by them. Of course, Klaus is not singing anymore with Bonfire already for a long time, and they have a different vocalist. And I like the last album they did. I think it's really a good album. But when I checked the track list, I was like sold because they play songs from the first albums, you know, and I love that so much. They play "Don't Touch the Lights" from the debut album, or SDI, also from the debut album. And then also they played, of course, songs from the second album, like "Sweet Obsession," "Ready for Reaction." And also they play songs from the third album, like "Give It a Try," I think it is from the third album, if I'm not mistaken. And this is just a great live album. It sounds good. Live in Wagen. It came out this year, 2019, but it's live on Holy Ground, Wagen 2018. And also you have some bonus tracks also on here. This is just again like a must-have album, live album. and you should all get this very soon. Just great. Okay, the next thing I want to show is some Blu-rays I got. I have here Liga de la Justicia. In English it has a different title. It's Justice League. And this is of course from DC. Got nothing to do with Marvel. This is the DC superheroes. You know, we have Wonder Woman up there. We also have another character that I bought, Aquaman. I don't know if I show you that. I showed it on the other. I showed it already in Spanish the other day. I bought it on Thursday, also for Black Friday. But he's also on here, and Batman is on here too. So it's really cool. And I bought this one. And it was all half price. And this is the third Avenger in Vengadores in Spanish. Avengers movie. The third, Infinity War. You know, I already have Endgame in my collection, but it's Infinity War. And this was like only €6 on Blu-ray. Here we have the second Vengadores. This is the second Avenger movie. And this is, in English it is La Era de Ultron is the Spanish name of it. Doesn't say so. But anyway, this is also €6. And I bought Capitana Marvel. I also only paid €6 for this one. You know, also a very cool Marvel superhero. And I bought for a very cheap price on DVD, Hulk. You know, the Great Hulk, I think it is. The Incredible Hulk. This came out already some time ago. But the other ones I showed you were like 2 or 3 years old or less. But this one came out in 2008. You know, but it's also part of what I'm trying to collect now. I'm trying to collect the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's 22 movies. That is phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, I think it is. Now they're working on phase 4. And actually I bought it already. I showed it already in the other video. The new Spider-Man is the movie 23. Right? It's a new phase that starts with Far From Home by Spider-Man that came out this year. I bought it also on Blu-ray. But I watched it today. Good movie. I saw it with my wife and daughter. And my wife doesn't really like these superhero movies, but she really liked the Spider-Man one. You know, not Homecoming, but it's the one before. That's still, I think it's still, yes, Homecoming is still part of the first Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's 22 movies. And then now the new one is Far From Home. And they're traveling through Europe. You know, Spider-Man and with his schoolmates, they're traveling through Europe. And they went to places where I also went during this summer. You know, like to Italy and to other places. It was really cool. In Germany, it was really cool to see some of the cities, you know, where we have been this summer, to see it in the movie. Okay, to end this video, I just want to give quickly a kind of a shout out to something about this record. This record came out 10 years ago, Endgame by Megadeth. How many guys of you realize that this is a classic? I mean, this is a killer album, I'm saying. How many really realize how great this album really is? Just check the song 44 minutes. It's just a great song. Or the hardest parts of letting go, sealed with a kiss. Yes, the hardest part of letting go. I don't remember the whole title of that song, but it's just also a great song. Yeah, sealed with a kiss. Yes. Yeah, the hardest part of letting go, sealed with a kiss. And on this album we have Dave Mustaine, of course, Chris Broderick, that I think nowadays is an arch enemy, but he was also in Nevermore. You know, he was in Nevermore before going into this album. We have James Lomenzo on bass. I think he was on with White Lion, if I'm not mistaken, and Sean Drover. And Sean Drover, so he has I think he was also in Nevermore, maybe. But this guy wrote nearly all the songs on this album together with Dave Mustaine. They wrote the songs together, and it's just really a good album. For sure, most of you have this album in the collection, but I like to ask you to play this again now in 2019. I already liked it in 2009, but now I realize how good this album really is. I always talked well about this album, and it's much better than some of the albums that came out after or earlier. But this, when Dystopia came out, for example, I said Dystopia is the best album since Endgame. But now I played it again today, and it's just a killer record. Endgame by Megadeth. If you don't own this yet, it has been re-released on vinyl too now, but it's a good moment to buy it. That was it. Enjoy the last hours of Sunday, and have a great week, everybody, and stay metal till the end of times.